Hi there, these comments are for A. I'm just using your initials for privacy purposes, and I'm looking at your essay right now. Now, my main suggestion is, overall, you have pretty good control of your language use, your grammar, and your vocabulary, but my point is, I would focus on one idea here, the convenience idea. But you're trying to make all of these ideas connect back, I think, those reasons to the convenience thing. So that's, you have to just make the whole purpose of the paragraph a little bit more clear. That would be my main suggestion. I'm going to show you some things you can do right now that will accomplish that goal. Still, it's a pretty good essay. I'm going to put you at 3.5 out of 5, 22 points out of 30. If this were the midterm exam, I would give you a 82% on this assignment. Okay, so let's say score. We'll say 82 out of 100. That's kind of where you are right now. So let's take a look at your paragraph here. I'm going to change this to just traveling by automobile can bring more convenience. And remember that what you're trying to illustrate here, convenience means a state of being able to proceed with something with little effort or difficulty. That's the actual definition of that term. So you say first, the automobile can make our travel time I'm going to change this to flexible. And at this point we need to have a period so you don't have a comma splice here. So then you'll say, for example, when we decide on a final destination, I don't even think you have to say of our traveling, right? Just say, when we decide in a final destination, we can also check to see whether or not there are any interesting places on the way. You might want to say, on our way to our destination, okay, I'm going to incorporate this definition here. On the way to our destination, it takes little effort if we want to stop along the way. Now this is where what you didn't do, I'm going to show you what you could do here. You need to support this idea with an example, right? You want to say, for instance, a few years ago, I took a trip back east to Georgia. On my way there, my family and I decided to stop Grand Canyon in Arizona to do some hiking, by car. Unlike the automobile, or unlike and we go back to that definition that I showed you. I think that's it. This is probably all you can do. I think you tried to do too much in your paragraph and you didn't have that specific example there. So let's take a look at what I just did here. How many words is that? That's 181. So what I'm telling you is we don't even need all this. So instead of giving 3 reasons about the automobile, just focus on 1. What you did is not bad, but I'm just saying that this example shows a little bit more depth, because notice my example, I started talking about the Grand Canyon really in the second line. And I continued to talk about it here. So I spent on that one example about 117 words explaining that idea, so that's going to show a little bit more depth and complexity of thought of ideas. So that's my recommendation for you, is to just make sure that you don't try to do too many different things within a paragraph. Bring up maybe one example, then spend maybe 80 or 90 words developing that. All right, let's take a look at the paragraph one more time. Let's go to the next. Okay, so here we go. Traveling by automobile can bring more convenience, which is why I prefer this method to travel. Don't even have to say that. For example, when we decide on a final destination, we can also check to see whether or not there are any interesting places, maybe here say, along the way. On our way to our destination, it takes a little effort if we want to stop at some nice places. Maybe not use the for example here. On our way to our destination, it takes a little effort if we want to stop at some nice places. For instance, a few years ago, I took a trip back east to Georgia. On my way there, my family and I decided to stop at the Grand Canyon in Arizona to do some hiking and sightseeing. Because we traveled by car, it was quite convenient to stop there for a few hours, even though visiting the Grand Canyon was not something we'd originally planned to do. However, because the airplane is a lot less convenient in this regard, I would not have been able to stop at any places before our destination. Therefore, I prefer to travel by automobile since it requires little effort to go wherever I want, whenever I want. And that's probably it. So that's just one single paragraph developed with one specific example. And we're 172 words. So that's plenty big enough for a paragraph. So my main thing for you is, I want you to pay attention to this idea here about the Grand Canyon. That's the part that you really didn't have. So I spent about 69 words just developing that one specific example to give this paragraph some depth. Okay, so based on your writing score, there's a few things I want you to do here. So if you go to the writing section of the course, I want you to take a look at this. Writing lesson number 5.6, writing the perfect paragraph. I think that would be a pretty good thing for you, so you can take a look at that. Also, you do have some language use issues that you want to work on, right? So my best advice for you here is go to the grammar part of my course and take this diagnostic pretest so you can see exactly which of these areas in the grammar part of my course will be best for you to study, and then start studying some of those areas too. That will help you minimize some of the grammar errors that you're making. And maybe one thing in particular you might want to pay attention to here is, where is it? Right here, lesson number 25, comma splices. So make sure you try to eliminate that particular error from your writing. Okay?